Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Today is going to be kind of a casual video. I'm going to be trying out another TikTok eyeshadow trend, but it's also going to be kind of a chit chat, get ready with me, and also I'm going to talk a little bit about endometriosis. So welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to go ahead and subscribe, ring the bell, and like this video. Leave me any comments that you would like. I love to read what you have to say. And if you have endometriosis or you have any questions or you just want to chat about it, let me know in the comments as well. So we are going to go ahead and just get started. All right, like I said, this is going to be pretty casual. So we're just going to go ahead and get started on the makeup as we chat. So let's start with my contour. This is a new technique that I've been doing since I tried the Scott Barnes contour technique. I haven't gone back since, and if you want to see that video, check it out because it definitely changed my game as far as contour and putting on foundation and concealer and what order I do things. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my forehead, my cheekbones, and just a little bit on my nose, just to kind of slim it down, just a smidge, not much. I'm also going to dot a little bit under my neckline there. Okay, so first, let's go ahead and chat about endometriosis. And the reason that I'm bringing it up on my channel is because I was recently diagnosed with endometriosis, and so this is something that is fairly new to me. I don't have tons and tons of knowledge on it, but I certainly have more knowledge than I had, 5-6 months ago. So I want to share whatever information I have to hopefully help any of you all, or if you just want to learn a little bit more about what it is, or anything at all. So I love to try to help whoever I can in any way. So endometriosis is where the lining of your uterus grows outside of the uterus, and that causes a lot of different issues as far as your health goes. It causes a lot of pain in kind of the pelvis, kind of lower abdomen area. So that's what endometriosis is. And really the endometriosis can grow really anywhere on the inside of your body as it is spread. So how it spreads is when a female has her period, the lining of the uterus sheds, and that's the period, and it is spread elsewhere throughout the body. And that is really the area that the endometriosis usually stays in, is kind of the pelvis area. Now I have heard of endometriosis also growing in areas that aren't in that area as much, more like the diaphragm and things like that. So how did I find out that I had endometriosis? I found out through having a lot of pain. So I started having really severe back pain. So when I'm talking about back pain is a normal ironing board, not a heavy duty ironing board, just your regular standard ironing board. I would pick it up to iron my husband's clothes for work, and I would basically start to cry because that is how much pain I was in. I really couldn't do anything. I was in bed in a lot of pain, and I also was having bouts where I would have really severe stomach problems. So it's going to get a little personal. It would send me to the bathroom, and I would be in so much pain. The only way that I can really describe it is paralyzing pain. So I would get this huge heat wave over my body. My entire body would break out in a sweat. I would shake, and I would almost faint because the pain was so intense. So I had been going through that for a couple of months. The bouts would kind of come on whenever they felt like it. There wasn't really much of a trigger. It was just kind of all of a sudden, boom, you're in an intense amount of pain. And so actually, one of my friends reached out to my husband and had explained that she has endometriosis, and we kind of chatted, and that is how I kind of realized that I wanted to get tested for it as well. So with the issues that I was having with the pain and the other issues that I have been dealing with in my life of painful, really hard, heavy periods, I went ahead and went to my OBGYN, chatted with her, and figured out if I was a candidate for endometriosis testing. Now, to get tested, it is not just like a simple, CAT scan or something like that. It's actually a surgery called laparoscopic surgery. And so what they do is they will make really tiny incisions on your body, and they'll go in and take a peek at your uterus and that kind of area to figure out if you have endometriosis growing. So I had that done, and they found out that yes, I did in fact have endometriosis. So, long story short, there is that. So let's talk a little bit more about what it can be like, or what the symptoms are. So I have probably had endometriosis ever since I started my periods as a young teen, but I didn't know about it. And that is an issue that is widespread, is that women just don't even know that they have endometriosis. And so that is something that I highly recommend if any of you, as I'm talking about the symptoms, if you feel like you could be a candidate of endometriosis, just talk to your OBGYN, talk to your gynecologist, and try to understand if this could be an issue for you, because early detection is really helpful, and also it just helps you kind of understand what's even going on in your body, because it's so confusing when things are happening and you don't even know why. So like I said, it causes a lot of stomach problems, so constipation, diarrhea, things like that, and also extremely heavy, painful, irregular periods. When I started my period, I also had ovarian cysts that ruptured. You can also get very severe back pain, kind of the lower pelvis region. And also there's something called endobloat, which is something that I deal with on a regular basis. It's where kind of your lower abdomen, stomach area gets so incredibly bloated and painful, and it just, for me, it feels like there are needles inside of my body that are pushing out, and it hurts so badly. But that is part of endometriosis. Now, I'm trying to think if I've gone through everything. Oh, another big part of endometriosis is that it can cause infertility. So that is kind of a reality with it. As far as treatment goes, you can do several different things. So the surgery to get rid of the endometriosis is a treatment option. So the surgery, it gets rid of that uterine lining that is growing in other places in your body that it shouldn't. So what it does is they'll go in with little incisions, one over each hip and then one in your belly button, and they'll go in and do ablations, which is basically just burning away that tissue where it's growing where it shouldn't. So that is a treatment option, and it has helped me quite a bit as far as just managing my everyday pain levels. Hormone therapy is also a big part of endometriosis treatment. Now, there isn't a cure for endometriosis. There are things that you can do at home that can help, like a heating pad. There are things like hormone therapy, like I'm talking about now, that can help, but there's not a cure for it. And no one really knows why it happens and why it's so common, which is 1 in every 10 women have endometriosis, and that is something I never knew. I never knew it was that severely common. So, let's see, what else? Hormone treatment. There are a few different types of hormone treatment. I won't go into that just because I honestly don't know a whole lot about it. I'm trying to think of what else. As far as things you can do at home, heating pads, you can do, I've heard exercising, weightlifting in particular, is good for people who have endometriosis because it helps build your testosterone levels, and that will help some way, somehow. I'm not 100% sure, like I said, I am new to all this, but I have started doing that at home, and just to try to help in any way that I can, eating healthy, good foods, not fatty and fried foods. I'm just kind of free-firing my ideas, not in a very organized way, might I add. I'm realizing as I'm sitting here thinking about what I've talked about, what I've not talked about. But if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments, or if you want to share your story with me. I really don't mind being a little bit more open about my story, just because, yes, it's personal, but I feel like if I can help someone the way that others have reached out to me and have helped me, I want to be able to do that for someone else too. So the hormone therapy, like I said, you have multiple different options. Again, I said I'm not going to go into that much just because I don't know much, but there are some medications that you can take kind of on and off. That kind of puts your body into menopause. I know, scary. And then when you come off the medicine, you're not in menopause anymore. And then that's supposed to just kind of help level everything out, I think. And then you can also have things removed, like your uterus and your ovaries, fallopian tubes, that whole kind of reproductive organ area. So a hysterectomy, I believe, usually includes the uterus and the ovaries. Personally, I've heard that having the ovaries removed is not something that you want to do if you can avoid it, because the ovaries are what gives your body hormones. So, and your body needs those hormones for strong, healthy bones and so many other things. You can just get your uterus removed, because if you have your ovaries removed, you have to be on stronger hormone therapy, which can be difficult. So you can just get your uterus removed, and you don't have to be on as strong of hormone therapy as you do with removing your ovaries as well. So surgically, there are some options. Doing things from home, there are some options to try to alleviate pain and things like that. So for me, what I chose to do as far as hormone therapy is to be on birth control for multiple months at a time before having your cycle. So what that does is slows down the endometriosis growth, because it only spreads, endometriosis only spreads when you have your period, when that uterine lining is flushed out. So that slows down the growth of the endometriosis, also giving more time in between of having to have the surgery to have the ablations done to remove the endometriosis. So that is what I'm currently doing. Having some minor issues with that, like my face. I don't know if you noticed at the beginning of the video, but I have more acne on my skin than I have ever had, period. So it's making me a little self-conscious. I'm thinking about talking to my OBGYN about it, see if it's normal. Who knows? So if you're an OBGYN or an esthetician, help me, tell me, is this normal? Is it normal to get acne? I know in the chin, kind of cheek area is usually, if you have acne there, is usually because of hormones. So it's called like acne mapping, acne face mapping. So it's like if you get acne on your forehead, it's because of your diet. Supposedly, if you get acne on your chin and in your cheek area, it's hormone related. If you get it other places, it's because you're not washing your makeup off well, or you're not changing your pillowcases frequently enough, so you're sleeping on a dirty pillowcase, sleeping with your makeup on, you know, all of that just kind of hygienic stuff. But for me, it's really showing up on the cheek, chin kind of area. So I'm going to take a quick break. I am going to apply my mascara, do my brows, and I will be right back. So as I'm finishing up my brows here, I want to finish up talking about endometriosis as well. So if you feel like you have struggled with any of those symptoms, I really want to encourage you to reach out to your OBGYN, ask him or her if they think that you are a possible candidate of endometriosis. And with any doctor at all in life, if you don't like the answer you get, or if you feel like you're not being taken seriously, which is an issue for me, because I think people think that I'm a child just because of how young I look and how petite I am. They think I'm a little kid and they don't take me seriously. But if you are being kind of just blown to the side, they're not really taking you seriously, listening to you, go find somebody else who will take you seriously, who will be kind, who will be sincere, and who will, take what you have to say seriously. Because endometriosis is a serious problem, and more women, I think, have it and have no idea than is even really imaginable, because it's so common. So if you feel like you have it, or if you could have it, I definitely encourage you to talk to your doctor. So as I'm just finishing up my tweezing here, I am going to move into the portion of this video for the TikTok eyeshadow trend trial. So you have probably seen this trend on your Instagram, TikTok, whatever social media you have, where they will literally paint the stripes on their eyelid with the eyeshadow of their choice, and then go in with a brush and blend it, and it's supposedly seamless and beautiful and a breeze and quick and easy. So we're gonna put that to the test. I just realized I forgot highlighter. Can't let that happen. So let's get into the eyeshadow. Yeah, now we're ready. So I'm going to start with some highlighter colors. So I'm going to choose Pink Crush from my Scott Barnes eyeshadow or highlighter palette. And what I've seen is they just kind of take their finger or a little brush and just kind of paint the color onto the eyelid. Not blending, just kind of putting it down in the area that you want, kind of in a stripe. Okay, actually going to take that a little bit wider. Yeah. Just because personally I like a lot of shimmer. Now I'm going to go into Twilight Sand. Put another line down. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with my KKW Beauty Classic Blossom palette. And I guess I'm going to go in with this shimmer color here. I'm going to go over Twilight Sand just a little. Yeah. Get a little bit more of a gradient of color, I suppose. And then I want to do this kind of shimmery cherry color. I'm already getting a little fallout. This is looking a little crazy, but it looks crazy in the video too, so maybe oh gosh. Maybe there's still hope. Oh no. What is happening? This is not good. Okay, let's soldier on. Okay, cherry color. Now I'm going to go in with this dark matte purple on the outer corner. I feel like this is going to be a mess. One, because my fingers are already a mess. Two, because I didn't lay them down in a very good spot. Oh well, this is all for fun and games and trial to see if it really works, right? So we are just going to keep on going. Alright, so you're supposed to take a clean, fluffy brush and just start blending. So I'm a little bit of a wuss, so I'm going to start with circular motions in the shimmer shades first on both eyes, going down into the inner corner as well, just because I already know if I get into those darker colors and then start to blend into the lighter, I feel like it's gonna streak. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just being a wuss. Maybe I am. I don't know. Alright, so let's see. Going into those darker colors, blending it into the crease, trying to still create a nice kind of V shape on the outer edge of the eye. I'm also going to kind of blend up into the transition area. Not a great shape as far as that goes, but it's not terrible. Alright, let's go on this side, and I'm just using, again, circular motions, and then trying to create that nice shape on the edge. which I feel like I'm gonna have to go in and touch up for sure. So maybe don't use your fingers unless it's the shimmer shade at the very beginning or your kind of matte light shade at the beginning of your eye, and make sure that you're using kind of precise little spongy foamy brushes or whatever to lay down, especially the darker colors as you get closer to the edge, so that you can still create that nice edge. Obviously, I did not do that, and it's not, the edge is bothering me, but it's gonna be all right. As far as the blend goes, I mean, it didn't take much time. Oh, that looks terrible. Looks like I have a rash. It's not bad. It's certainly not bad. I feel like the color gradient is good, and it looks better in person than it does on camera too. So let me just put that out there. It's not bad. If you only have like 5 minutes, I mean, it didn't take very long, and it looks fairly good. Just be precise with your shadow placement. I don't know about this. Not bad, not great. I'm going to speed this up for a second and do a little touch up and see if I can kind of fix my mess a little. Okay, so I went in, powdered the edges of my lines on my eyes to hopefully make that look a little bit more clean and crisp. This one looks better than this one, gotta ignore it. And then I went ahead and took this light pink matte shade and I kind of blended by the transition to make that sloppy bit of kind of berry sparkle that I had way up here look intentional. And then I went in with this deep matte purple again and just deepened up the outer corner. So now that that is done, I feel a little bit better. I am going to go into warm tone or cool tone. Warm, I guess. Warm tone matte brown right here with my e.l.f. shader brush. And just gonna hit the lower lash line just to finish up this eye look. So recently, my husband and I just celebrated our 5-year wedding anniversary, so that is always fun. We saw Black Widow in theaters. If you've seen it, let me know in the comments. We personally really enjoyed it. It was something a little bit different than normal Marvel, just because with Black Widow's backstory, it's obviously a little bit more on the violent side, meaning she was trained to be basically an assassin. But we really enjoyed it. We tried to go to the movies the first time and we showed up too late, and so we bought a different seat for a different showing, and it was where you had to basically look up at the screen like this, and so that didn't work on our actual anniversary. So we tried again the second time and it was much better. So that was kind of our second anniversary date. So we did actually get 2 anniversary dates this year, which is nice. So if you're into the Marvel movies, definitely check that one out. And there was also a couple of movies in the previews. One, I think it was like a G.I. Joe movie, and it was like Snake Eyes or something like that. I can't remember 100% the name of it, but that looked interesting. And then there was one kind of, I don't know what Asian country it is kind of like the story is based in, but it's like the story of like a guy who has this dad who has these powers with these like 10 rings on his arms. I'm sure my husband remembers the name of it. I don't. I know that's very helpful when I'm suggesting movies to you, but actually it looked like it would be a pretty interesting movie. And I think, I just popped a little more highlighter in my inner corner here. The one with snake eyes was, I think, oh my gosh, I can't remember his name. I'm really bad at this apparently. The guy who played in Crazy Rich Asians, Gold, his last name is Gold something. I can't remember. Henry? Yeah, I think it's Henry. Anyway, he is in the Snake Eyes movie, and it looked interesting. So both of those movies looked cool too, and those were in the previews. Apparently, I can't dig out the right mascara. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish up this eye look. As far as the TikTok trend went, I mean, I think it would work well if you have a couple of shadows that are, you know, not super different in color as far as doing just kind of like a light, easy eye, just swiping a few different colors on with a little applicator. I think that would work well. But personally, I mean, it did take less time, but I felt like I had to fix it afterward to make it salvageable. I don't know if I just need to practice more, if I need to use better tools rather than just using my fingers. But for me, it just got too messy and kind of out of the lines that I really wanted. So personally, I didn't love this trend. For me, it's kind of a fail unless you want to do something that's just really easy, you know, kind of like a 5-minute face look where you just swipe on a few, you know, neutral colors, blend, and you're out the door. That I think would work. I think you could definitely do that. If you would like to see my other TikTok trend video, I will leave it linked down below. So I also just ordered some things from Undone Beauty. I've been looking for a new lip balm, and tell me in the comments if you all have tried Undone Beauty, if you like it. I know that they are a clean, cruelty-free, gluten-free brand, and so I definitely want to try them out, and they're actually pretty affordable for all of those claims as well. So let me know if you guys have tried anything from them and if you have liked it. So that finishes up my video for today. Thank you so much for watching, and hit me up on any kind of endometriosis talk, Undone Beauty, movies that you're interested in seeing. So yeah, let me know about any and all of that. I would love to chat with you, and I think I'm done. Yeah, overall, endometriosis, difficult, painful, hard, but things that you can do medically and at home can help and can help alleviate pain. Eyeshadow trick, fail for me. Black Widow movie, good. Okay, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and I love you all, and I hope you're staying safe and healthy. God bless. Bye, guys.